Here we are, and Efren Reyes was in there, took the break off, but he's left what looks a little bit of a chance. Good rail shot, Toshikawa.
Yes, a tall order for him today, though.
Well, we've given him the big build-up race. Not the sort of man to lose it. He went to the States in 1985 and became a legend in no time at all, Jim.
Yes, Sid, you described Reyes as a hungry fighter. But the 9-ball, a chance here. Down it goes, dead center. That's the sort of start that the underdog Toshikawa was looking for. 1-0 in the race to 11.
There he is, Efren Reyes, 45. Played 5-1-3. Other guys did better than that. Had 5-1, 5-some. Young Hua, 9-6. Jimmy White, classic game, brought the place to its feet, 9-8. Then he was 7-3 down against Ryosuke, the former world champion. And then he did an 8-rack blitz. No cement boots from him, but he could certainly bury a few here. He's 2-1 up.
Well, he finally got the break sorted out. You knew that Reyes was going to make the adjustments here. A little bit more force. And again, a much better result. Ball's pretty well situated too. He's got the red 3 top left, and you can see the pink 4 waiting for him over the right center pocket. Just want to leave a nice angle to come down for the 5 here. This looks like a tailor-made break, Sid.
Yeah, and his opponent sitting like a man with a front seat in one of those ritualized plays they have in Japan. It can take a long time. He could spend a lot of time in that seat. Could Toshikawa. Handling the cue like D'Artagnan and the lads did. The cold steel precision instrument in the hands of a maestro like this.
Yes, Reyes, revered back in his homeland.
And our co-commentator, John Gill, absolutely sitting here a couple of days ago with awe in his voice. Once the number 4 UK player, Jonathan. Oh, to be commentating on this man. It's so much about Reyes. Seen him play in the States once, but to be actually trying to read the mind of the master, a privilege.
A break and finish for Efren. Again, Toshikawa really being made to suffer for that bad miss in the 3rd rack, and Reyes now 2 clear, 3-1 up.
Toshikawa, 33. 5-4, just marginally better than Reyes did in that round. Dix is no mug, 9-7. Laley, 9-3. And Wee Chanlu, 11-4.
Good control on the white, and he's got one. In fact, he's got 2. Unfortunately, the white bumped into the top corner pocket. That's an unlucky break for Reyes. He hit this break good, Sid. He doesn't have near as much power as a lot of them. Certainly Bustamante comes to mind, and Johnny Archer, and American John Cachero, but that cue ball snaking its way into the top corner pocket, and that's bad luck for Reyes.
It's come out looking a bit like an Oriental Dr. Kildare, but so far his scalpel has not been as sharp as I think it's going to require to handle Reyes.
I think Reyes is going to pay for that one. Lady Luck not coming to his aid off the break, and Toshikawa.
And interesting where people are asking me when going to play this. You can play it in all the snooker clubs I know in the north of England, particularly popular now in Middlesbrough and Newcastle and in Leeds. And in fact, there are several specialist pubs, drug centres have opened up in Leeds. It's I don't think they'll ever take it on clubs because there's no way of actually metering it to put coins in to bring the balls back.
Yes, a lot of the pub tables smaller though. This 4.5 by 9 foot surface, standardized for American 9-ball.
Checking if this goes in the middle, but usually they would go long. No, he's trusts his eye to just trickle this into the middle.
Toshikawa ousted Hugh Chan Liu 11-4, an easy passage really through to play Reyes here, and we saw Reyes with that 8-rack run against Ralph Souquet from Germany, a former world champion Souquet.
Screws back, should have no trouble on the 9. Pull it back to 4-3 without breaks.
And the 9 down, and Toshikawa is keeping Reyes in sight. No movement on the 9. Got a couple balls though, Sid. Be delighted with that break. You can see the 1 and the 2 and 3 in very close proximity to pockets. Efren will take a break like this 7 days a week.
And this is just what happened when he got in against Souquet yesterday. He cranked it up and started hitting the break with more productivity. Not a problem ball. And very little distance to move the white for any shot, apart from this one where he'll work the angles.
Well, I'm quite amazed at what I just saw. Efren broke and then played the first shot with the cue he broke with and then changed in the middle of the rack. Obviously feeling quite comfortable enough to pop balls with his break cue as he did against Souquet.
Or maybe, because he did that yesterday, he's worried about his...
He's just changed cues again. I can't believe it. He's alternating cues throughout this rack. Little lucky. He's a little lucky here. He didn't intend cannoning the 9.
Into the cush.
Breaking out from Reyes, just the sort of response he was looking for.
Next ball. But I think the Japanese, very experienced Japanese player knows that Efren can get rolling like thunder, as Alton has it.
Super break off from Toshikawa. You see one go in. Top right. A nice shot on the one as well. Looks like he just has to spin this slightly, Sid. Not quite as straightforward as it first appeared. The two, same end of the table. Just slightly spin this. He wants to just come out and play the two into the center.
That judder. Almost a foul shot. It seemed to be half a stroke.
Good thing there's no stroke penalty for whiffs. Well, he's pulled that cue ball right out from all that danger. He looks like he's wiping the sweat from his brow as well, Sid. This is a tough one.
That's it. Well, the old saying, where there's no will, there's a whiff. The half shot really shows the tension here when guys at this level are in the air.
Back in prime position now. Good positional shot from the one. Really forged the opening. Little under hit. Now we saw him miss a shot very similar to this in the earlier stages in this one, Sid. Down to the same pocket. He's got a little bit more room with the white. I'd be very surprised if he did miss it, but again, sometimes these negative thoughts can creep in.
Well, he can't lay off the power. That's not the problem here. The clip, sometimes if you want to do it soft, you don't actually make the contact firm enough. It's going to be a firm contact, but the next ball, the Brown, is sitting over the pocket, so does the back and forth shot. Full level at 6-6. Draws it around the black.
Just avoiding contact on the 8. That was the key there.
Again, it's very straight, so he's screwing back. Well, if it wasn't such a gentlemanly game, this, lots of money, but no hustlerism now. This for 6-6.
And that was better.
Ominous that he's getting a more productive break.
Well, this won't be as easy as the last one, even though he hit this break better. Very little body movement, though, when you compare his form to a lot of the others. Certainly some of the other Asian players that really hurl themselves into the break shot. Got a couple off the break, but again, this is a little tougher. And if for no other reason, the positioning of the balls, where they've finished, this won't be easy or straightforward.
Blue 2, top right. Played with follow. Across the table onto the red.
The problem area is from the green 6 to the brown 7. He's already looking at it. He knows where he's got to try and get that cue ball to. If he could get into the 8 here, he's just got a little more angle than he would have liked. He might have attacked it earlier, but he just didn't have the angle, Sid. The orange 5, and he's got to get the angle on that green 6 to be able to get right behind that brown 7. That's the one on the left-hand cushion. Well, he's got angle and then some. This is going to be a great shot if he can pull it off. He's going to have to try and slide this in and spin that cue ball with side. He's going to play the 6 into the bottom corner pocket. We'll try and get that done a little better. How's that? Now he's going to have to try and spin that cue ball over into this area here. And boy, this will be some shot. If he could cannon the 8, that would be great. But this really will be a shot.
So he's looking for position very near the rail to take the brown along the rail. This will be the rack winning shot if he can negotiate it successfully.
Well, total miss at the way he played that, Sid. It almost looked like he was going to bank the 7. He didn't want to spin it, try and get back into that area. He was going to try and bank it. Still just about went in.
They're trying for the ball to go back and forth. The white. Very unlucky, but this is where the Godfather could step in. The magician.
Well, this is a tall order, even for someone like Efren Reyes. All the table knowledge that he possesses is going to be called into the fray right now. When a ball's right over the dip like that 6 is, position is so difficult to judge. Just how it's going to come out of that angle. And again, the position of that brown 7. That's the ball that's going to hold the key to victory in this rack. The first shout went to Toshikawa, the second to Reyes, but I still think there's a little bit to be written in this chapter.
It's maybe an idea to play the cushion first, to flick it in so you do have 2 angles, play either side of the cushion to go high up beyond where his cue is at now.
Well, Reyes is having a look at it from all around. He's basically circled the wagons here. He doesn't know how to attack.
Well, shows the tension. A world, for later stage world final, when the magician is slightly stumped.
Well, now it's going to be a straight bank into the top right pocket. He's made his bed.
If he'd played that shot harder, he could have got in position for the rail shot.
Too much of a gamble. Here we go. Top right.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Bobby and Bustamante can show the likes of Ronaldo how to kick. Oh, yes.
The master in his office right there. Efren Reyes looks like pulling back on level terms against Toshikawa, and what a big shot that was to pull off. Down goes the 9. The scoreline confirms 7 racks apiece. It's basically down to a best of 7 now, Sid. Whoever can take 4 more through to the semis.
And to actually work for a bank shot near the knuckle like that and hit the hardest, well, in off the bottom edge of the pocket. Work of genius.
Back to the international arena here in Cardiff, the site of the 1999 World Professional Pool Championships. If you're just joining us, your timing couldn't be better. One of the living legends, Efren Reyes from the Philippines, up against Japan's Akikumo Toshikawa. And it's Toshikawa at the table, 9-8 in front.
And on present form, you'd expect him getting at least one ball from the break, whereas Efren Reyes is having a zilch experience on his break off. Oh! Well, equivalent to having a slip catch drop that. Ball off the table just as he was going for the match.
Well, again, as I've said so often, the break has deserted both of these top players. Almost like a warrior without a sword, a 9-ball player without a good attacking break off. And Toshikawa back to his chair.
So can Efren Reyes, the man they call the magician, step in here and run this rack and 2 more?
Well, he's got a nice angle on the 2. He wants to stay low on the 3, Sid. It's absolutely vital for him because he's going to feather the white on top of the pink 4 to play the 4-9 combination bottom left. And that couldn't be better.
So ideally, what he wants to do is to come over to within about 6 inches of the near rail.
The 4-9 plant or combination shot for 9-9.
Then his break must come good soon. Who knows?
And down it goes! The magician pulls another escape act. They're playing for about 5,000 pounds here, 7,500 US dollars on the line. The semifinalist will be guaranteed. Reyes breaking off. Got one off the break.
9 stuck still. Can't. Yeah, sometimes you go into that lot and the 9 sails gently into the bottom pockets. Safety, Jim?
Safety or push out, Sid. And look at the spacing of the remaining colors on the table. How big is a mistake here? No problem to push here. He can push into an area and not leave anything on. But
how about the tying up a ball type of push out?
He's going to kick this off the top cushion, Sid.
Look, bottom right. Oh. Oh. Was it an aggressive kick or defensive?
Very aggressive kick. Have a look at the result. Reyes has snookered Toshikawa. And the escape not easy here. He knew if he just caught the top edge, the cue ball was going to stay top table. And he was bumping the 1 down behind this wall of colors. And at 9-9, how big is a mistake now?
9 apiece. Absolute push in the hole.
Once again, has to judge this, Sid. Got to hit this and hopefully get it safe.
We're going to send the yellow 1 beyond the wall. Is it gone beyond the wall or will it stick over the top back?
He's left it. He's left it for Reyes. Forged an opening yet again. The door slightly ajar.
Well,
he hit that
he's the
too
least
full.
likely bloke in the world to make a mistake here, but that shows it. They're looking to get in the last 4 of the World Championships, which climax tomorrow, and 60,000 American dollars, 40,000 quid at stake. This is probably the most experienced player in the world from Big Money. Played his first money match when he was 9 years old, he told me.
If you took a poll with all the players in this event, all 96 of them, to choose one player that you wanted to get you over the finish line, Reyes would probably be very high on the balloting. And all that experience and talent, will it be justified?
Middle bag. Just stuns up. Now to do, and very little spin needed in any of these shots. Should be there at 10-9 to the hill. Angles making themselves, yeah.
A little short of ideal position. These players don't like to travel around too much with the cue ball. He's going to have to travel a bit with this one. Well, he's just checked it off the side cushion, Sid. Looked like he had a little more angle than
can't see
was
checking
first
this
apparent.
more than a matter of inches. Well, he's coming in almost off the ball, bottom left. Decides he likes to screw it back to the open side. This then to put him one away from the match.
And one away he is. Efren the Magician Reyes, out of Manila in the Philippines, where he is revered there, just one rack away from a place in the semifinals and a very hard-fought victory over Akikumo Toshikawa.
The tension increases, tension putting the markers in some of these great players. We may be not seeing the 5 and 8 rack runs now, Jim.
Well, here we go. The time has arrived for Reyes.
One of the most crucial breaks of his career.
The 9, so close, the 9. But he's not on the 1. And he's wincing with every shot he plays off the break. But that 9, desperately close to ending it right there. A little more power too, Sid, more body movement.
His back foot has been more than 6 inches off the floor. He gave that the kitchen sinker.
Fish.
Looking right now to push out. The 1 doesn't pass top left. He can push to the bottom of the table where he is right now and not leave it on.
Right, Jim, put you on the spot. Where would you push to here for maximum
Right where he's
damage?
going, Sid. He's not leaving anything. He wants to get that 3 just on the cushion to make the combination to the 9 a little trickier. But there is a shot for Toshikawa here. Very difficult if he takes it on. If he does play, he can just try and feather the cue ball to the side cushion in behind the 6. Very, very tricky shot, though. Obviously, he can put Reyes back in again if he doesn't fancy it. But if he does try and defend here, that's what he's going to do.
(10-9) in favor of Efren Reyes. Needs one more. Japanese Toshikawa is accepting the push out. Looking to cut it past the green.
You know what his problem is with his shirt? He's wearing a silk shirt and it grabs his cue, the maple cue. Very humid conditions here and it's grabbing his shirt as he cues. He's fluked it. The hand in apology, that was not intended. He elected to attack. Must have been playing the combination to the 6, but he'll take that.
Well, I think he was looking at the direct pot past the 6. They all count. Red along the bottom rail, position on the pink. Very tricky. It has to go on the exact line up the middle of the table towards the pink and the black.
Well, if he decides to take this on, I think he's forced to take the cue ball into the pink. He's forced to just try and develop the pink 4. He's had a look to try and draw it in behind the 9. That would be far too risky. If it flicks the 9, the cue ball is going to go in off.
Yeah. So the power will decide it. He would ideally like to disturb the pink in the direction of the top right.
Oh, that's so cruel.
Would you believe it?
So cruel. He's taken the cue ball into the 4. And who could have possibly legislated for that?
He took it on the exact line he wanted to take it, to just disturb the pink black. And it went in off. See, that's the perfect line. Played it too hard. Picture tells it all.
And he is suffering. A great shot. And fate may have played her final card in this one. A $7,500 break. Reyes looking at the orange 5. Nothing difficult here, just the pressure of the moment.
Well, Jim said earlier, if Efren does get there, which it looks like now, I bet he hardly goes to bed tonight with practicing his break off. It has been pretty wimpish.
Dodgy at best, Sid. He's just fortunate that Toshikawa couldn't find the correct speed and place to be breaking from and master it.
That was desperately lucky, because that was the line he had to take to flick the pink towards the pocket, as it was. The over much pace on shots just scratched. So here we go. The magician will have to play much better than he's played here to progress in this tournament. He's looking bound for the last 4.
Reputed to be one of the best players in the world for a number of years. In the biggest event of his life, Efren Reyes lives on. He's through to the semifinals, an 11-9 winner over Toshikawa.